way of Denver to start, but it looks like Seattle is going to step right on into it. We have Denver placing some good positions around the point, but Seattle maybe spawning behind them, maybe peeked behind them. I don't know. Don't have the mini map, but Seattle is behind them, and Denver does not like that. Seattle now soaking up some time, but give I'll give Denver surrender the props. I mean, they held on pretty well, and they're still fighting for it. Even when Seattle is getting a few members down on point, Denver is right back onto it. Seattle has it for now, but Denver spawning there. Not great for P3, but hey, maybe you could steal some scrap time away from them.
A1, good job to production for getting that mini map down there in that corner of the map. I really needed it. I was going to be a lost soul. But now we got Daku with a 2. Maku follows up with 1. Seattle 29-17 on this rotation. Player 6, that is Rogue. He is the first one there. Player 8 is going to join him. To start off this hardpoint time, you got Denver Surrender taking their route through the stadium. 2 players coming through the street. So they got a little split push, but Daku, he reads the player coming through stadium, takes down 1. Now they only have 3 players up on this attack is Owen Gray. He gets taken down. He gets 1, but he gets taken down. There's Daco there for the trade. No team wants hardpoint time. This is very strange that we see in the Go tactics. They just want to make sure they get control of the spawns before they get control of the hardpoint. 2 big kills go in the favor of Mikey as he just picks up a big 2, but nobody's on this hill. 29-40, 24 seconds to go on this P3. Looking like player 1 is getting ready to go for the rotation to next. Why Seattle probably get the rest of the scrap time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit of a strange point, but Seattle is having a great P2 and P3 so far. I mean, you have our boy Monkey. I think I've cast this guy before with CNK. The joke of the night was Monkey. But we have Monkey, I think, on a 6th Street.
And welcome. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in this Search and Destroy. You see Seattle making their way, Denver Surrender, making their way over here, defending this B site, while Seattle's making their way to this A site with the bomb, slowly getting there. You got player 3 making his way through the back, trying to get into the spawn, trying to make a surprise play for his team. He spots 1. Let's see if he gets that opening kill. Jack does get the opening shot down onto Owen Gray. It should open his teammates up enough to plant this bomb on A as they have the man advantage, but Styles takes down Jack as the bomb is going down. Daco finds Styles for the trade. 3v2 bomb down. Let's see this Denver Surrender retake.
We have Rogue going a little bit rogue here. We got Harry Styles peeking out the top window area, throwing a hello over the fence over there. But getting nothing so far. Okay, finally Rogue gets one onto Owen Gray. Now it's all Styles versus Rogue and Monkey. A lot of work to do. Got to get to the fuse, but not even able to get a kill. Will go down. Seattle Sloths 1-0, and this might be a good time to mention that Seattle Sloths also did win the hardpoint, like we were talking about, in 250 to I believe like 170 it was. So Seattle on a little bit of a roll here, having some momentum. Denver got to pull it back a little bit on their first offense.
That was a great call, man. I totally forgot about the first round. I'm not gonna lie. I came in here just ready for this Search and Destroy. But here we go. Seattle Sloths will be on the defensive side. Denver Surrender will take the offense. Seattle Sloths looks like they're taking 3 players through mid. 1 player will break that A site, while Denver Surrender are playing all other forces to this B site. It's going to be at least like 1 or 2 versus 4 right now as Denver Surrender are making their way to the B site. But Rogue and Daco finds the opening 3 kills. And now it just leaves Owen Gray, man with the bomb, last man alive. He gets taken down. Can't even pass the mic before the round is over.
Who got the 3-piece?
Dabo. It probably was Rogue. You know.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot. Well, I think they've given up on updating this game. But nothing is right. Nothing is right on the Codcaster. Can't even have a mini map in Hardpoint now. But I mean, if it was Daco, if it was Rogue, whichever one it was, good job, boys. Very proud of you. Seattle Sloths going up 2-0 on the offense again. They won their first offense, so I mean, if they could chain 2 offenses in a row, go 3-0, that'll be a big deal for them. Seattle Sloths, though, opening up onto Jakku. Harry Styles killing Jack, though, getting a little bit of revenge from round 1. Styles goes down, but actually gets Rogue in from the grave. Owen Gray gets on the Daco. It's all up to Monkey versus 2 Denver Surrender players. But the bomb, I think they know where the bomb is, and that's going to be a problem for Monkey.
Dum, dum, dum. That's what I hear when you say monkey.
Monkey, monkey.
Hey, yeah, dum, dum. He's making his way to the bomb. He spots one, crossing through the A side. He fires the gunshots, and now his position has been known. There goes a tactical out the window. They're followed up by his grenade. No information has been hit, but he's firing shots through the smoke. He does take down Owen Gray. Here's the teammate with the two-piece. Seattle Sloths take the round behind Monkey.
Monkey. That's never not going to be fun to say. Monkey getting a little bit of help there, I believe, from Denver. But I mean, a great two-piece nonetheless, and seals the deal. That's a very tough position to be in, by the way. Bomb down, team knows where it is, has two players on it, and you only have one player to kind of save the day there. Monkey gets it done. That's pretty typical. You got to give it to Monkey.
Yeah, man. Getting the ace for the round, something impressive, something a hard feat to do. Everybody cannot get an ace. So it's very impressive to do when you see a player do it. So he's on a 4 streak, making his team is setting up their defensive strats. Rogue starts off with the opening two-piece. He's 6-1. He's being, the big dog for his team. Daco takes down Owen Gray. Well, not Owen Gray, but somebody representing his name. But there goes Owen Gray for the last kill. And just like that, it's 4-0 Seattle Sloths.
Yeah, we might need to
That's Rogue.
we might need to bump these guys up a division. I might have to make that executive decision right now. Monkey is going off today. I know that wasn't his round, but like, can we talk about Monkey like starting map 1 with like a 6-piece and now going off, getting a double piece here? And like Rogue is not slacking either. Now on a 3-piece, 7-1. If the KD is to be believed, which I'm not sure it is. But I mean, honestly, just like if this KD is true, some incredible slaying power out of Seattle. Owen Gray is feeling it right now. Is kind of ducking for cover after getting shot from across the top floor there. But Rogue and Jack go down. It's off to Monkey and Daco. I feel like every player on Seattle has had like their moment this game though. Like Daco had a great round 1, Monkey had a great round 3. Like these are two players that can get it done. 2v4 nonetheless. Show Nasty getting shot from their teammate, I think. But Seattle going to have to figure out how to get this bomb. Again, a similar situation where Denver knows where it is and they're kind of getting players around it. But Seattle, they can pull this through. We've seen them do it before.
Yeah, but now it's just up to Monkey to try to finish this up for his team. He sees one. Can he get one? He does find one. He's on a 5 streak. He's going to play these streaks. He cannot play the streaks. He gets taken down. Denver surrender. Stop with, finally get off of the bagel, and they get one onto the round. Owen Gray with the nice kill to take down Monkey before he can get out that door and regen. Let's see if this could be momentum for the Denver surrender.
Yeah, and they're going to need it. It's 4-1. You're down 1-0 in the series count. Like, we've seen worse situations on stream, but this is not a great situation if you're on the side of Denver. But COD really is a game of momentum, so just getting that foothold can yield dividends down the line. But Denver is going to have to get it done here on the offense. You see them heading maybe towards B here, but I mean, Seattle is set up all for A. Denver might have a free plan here. You got some swimmers, like I think Michael Phelps maybe plays for Denver over here, or like you've got like a fleet of you got like 3 of their players in the water. Like COD is now an aquatic sport, everybody. We are now swimming. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing here because like there was no Seattle players there. You do have Owen Gray behind them, but you're still kind of like scouting out the Seattle players that didn't exist until just a few seconds ago. Now Monkey gets in the door, gets cut down. Finally, Denver up 4-2, maybe some slaying power going in their favor, but man, it was a weird freaking setup to get to this position.
I'm telling you, man, that's the optic route, man. That was the optic route, go swimming route. They did it in champs, man. They showed it on one of the comms video. So I mean, I guess it worked out for them, to their favor. So Now it's a 3v, the 2v, well, now it's a 2v2. So Seattle Sloths and tied this up. Jack and Rogue last two alive. Just Styles does take down Jack. So now it's just up to Rogue. Rogue versus Owen Gray and Joe Nasty. You know, Rogue does have the big gunny, but two Denver Surrender players versus one is always a tough task. Denver Surrender, two straight on the board.
Was that an optic route from EWC? Because I didn't watch EWC.
I don't remember where it was from. I just saw the clip. I don't remember exactly which event it was.
If that was an optic route, I do like to see that teams are incorporating it. The only thing is, it was, and you know, maybe they couldn't have known this, but it was the worst possible time to pull it out because
Right, it was.
the piece after that was completely clear. So, like, just for the irony alone, I think it's funny that you got three guys in the water when you could have just ran right at it. But hey, funny setups like that don't happen every day. Monkey gets a kill on the Jakku to open up the round, though, and we're right back into the action.
Yes, we are. You got the bomb. It's like a little stalemate over here on his way towards this A site. You got player two, Monkey, trying to be the scout for his team, but Owen Gray playing in the little credit corner, takes him down, make this a 3v3. So now Seattle Sloths are slowly making their way to this A site. The momentum has slowly shifted towards the Denver Surrender side, and you can see that they're starting to feel it. But Rogue, he doesn't care. He sees Owen Gray. He takes him down to give his team a 3-2 advantage. Bomb still making his way towards A.
I'm still making its way towards A, but it's all up to Jakku to make a hero play. Not able to do it. Seattle takes a much needed break in Denver's momentum, prevents it from going 4-3, and now we're at 5-2. I have seen teams come back from this. It is very difficult though. But I don't know why. Like, I feel like both teams are kind of winning offenses here. So maybe Denver has a shot to make this 5-3 the cursed scoreline, as they say. But obviously Seattle in a much better position and probably much more comfortable in their ability in assessing their ability to close this one out.
Yeah, man, bro, 10-3. Yeah, so that just says the story of the map. Got these guys, you know, just panicking right now, just a little panic. But they're starting to get it back. They're starting to get their confidence back. They quick plant this beat. So this is a good strategy to make. Quick plant, get the bomb down, take offense, turns into defense. And now you got to make Seattle Sloths respond in this 45 seconds.
45 seconds left, but a kill from Joe Nasty right on to Daco. You still have three members of Seattle alive, but your work just became that much harder. You see Monkey sitting in that little back kind of shipping house area. A kill on Owen Gray, though, to even up the life count. He's only got 20 seconds left. If you subtract the 7.5 you need to defuse, you've only got 7 seconds to get on this bomb. You do get a kill on the Styles. That's going to open things up a little bit. All up to Jakku, though. If he can prevent a player from getting on for just 1 or 2 seconds, which he does, Denver Surrender will be able to take this round.
Yeah, and great play right there by Monkey to get far away from the bomb, because that bomb, it has a blast radius of I don't know how long, so you got to get way away from that bomb so you don't give up a free kill. But we are here, Descent, the 5-3 curse score line that you mentioned before the round. Let's see if Denver Surrender could make something of it.
Denver certainly not surrendering right now. They feel the heat. They feel the pressure. 5-3 scoreline. They're on the defensive side of things. Let's see what they could do. Looks like it's going to be another B push. I wonder if we're going to see some Dolphins again. Well, we do see some Dolphins on the side of Denver. Let's go, Joe Nasty. We see you swimming. Burn those calories, man. Meanwhile, though, Seattle does able to get the plant onto B, but Joe Nasty can make a very crucial play if they come up from behind and get the one. Almost gets two. Trophy stops grenade. Monkey gets a kill on the Joe Nasty, but man, that looked good for a minute. Denver now down a player, needs to get this bomb defused. You see the Denver stacking, infiltrating this rock area. It's going to be a 1-for-1, but that might not be good enough. The final Denver player goes down, and Seattle takes the map.
Yeah, man, it was a tough round right there. I mean, it started off great, but that timing for that player in the water. That player just happened to duck around that rock just right in time, so he couldn't get that.
Denver Surrender, vault control. Take it away, Top Life.
Here, man, going to that opening hard point. You got Denver Seattle Sloths going for this beach shot. Just started off. Joe Nasty gets the first kill, but there goes Daco getting the second. That gives his team position on this beach side. Time the clock stopped at 117. Lives 28-17. The rest of the reinforcements for Seattle are making their way up this beach street. White Daco is almost getting himself a segment. Rogue with a big two-piece that probably cleared out. And by all this is going down, you got Jack sneaking his way over this A site. This Denver Surrender team is definitely spread out. The one guy to stop the progression at B, he finally gets taken down, making the reinforcements readjust, sending their sights to A. They clear off A, but B is probably on his way out of here. Oh, wait a minute. There is a clearance right there by Styles right at the last second. That B segment was almost gone, but they came through with just right in enough time just to clear it. But now it's just 20-21. I thought the lives would be way more spread out than this, but they're closer. And there's like three segments Seattle Sloths already have ticked off the board.
I can't believe it. I'm muted. I was talking. What the hell? Okay.
I was getting ready to go back in. Oh, wait, this is me.
So the Empire did strike back on that B zone, but A is gone to the wind. You have one tick left to capture if you're on the side of Seattle. And though the kill feed is like pretty even, like Seattle is just wrecking Denver in terms of getting these points. You see Seattle having 3 guys already near that B side of the map. If that number 44 can get a behind the back kill on the number 5, yeah, it might be over. It's all up to number 6 now. You have number 2 on the point stopping the clock. You have to get Joe Nasty, which you do. Seattle is looking dominant here on the vault control. The Empire is striking back once again. Will they be able to do it? No, they're not able to do it. Maybe Joe Nasty can get there just in time. Can't do it. The B zone goes well, and Seattle playing that round 1 with ease. By the time I unmuted my mic, 5 ticks were gone.
Yeah, I mean, they just came out with this, the strategy to go all in on B, to start off the round, and then it happened to work because Daco was, Daco was the one who was able to stay alive through that first wave of kills to allow his team, everybody to spawn out, but allowed him to stay on that B site to accrue as much B site as that time as he can before his team came out of spawns to reinforce it. Seattle Sloths, they were just getting taken down, so it was tough for them. I mean, Denver Surrender. So let's see how Denver Surrender respond on this offense.
Monkey, by the way, having a great game so far. 11-4 just in the first round alone. Daco Ito first blood though. Yeah, I mean, Seattle on the defensive side of things, putting up a good defense so far. Denver doesn't really have progress anywhere. You see them making a play maybe for this B zone, but 2 of them get cut down before they can even cross the 50-yard line. And now you have Jack the Ripper just kind of going into their spawn, just making things all that much more messy. Now you have Denver spawning P2, which is the exact opposite of where you want to be. And as they cross diagonally over the map, Seattle is just meeting them in the middle and just getting some kills. Yeah, I mean, very, very tough situation for Denver here. Seattle's gunpowder is coming out in full force. 6-20, 26-19. Jack on a 5 killing spree. Everything is just, the planets are aligning for Seattle right now.
Yeah, let's just keep watching Jack right now, man. Jack is just absolutely going on a terror, finding any of the Denver Surrender players that he can find, just taking them down. 27 seconds to go on the clock. They have made their way over to beat player 5, player 8, man. Just keep going, get on the point, help take the point with your teammate. That is the play for your team right now. You see 2 Seattle Sloths player. I know you done called it out, but the dive jump was just too far. Didn't get you behind the planner, but allowed your team to get over to A. South the clock at 27 seconds. One of these segments have to go very soon before you guys lose any more time. There goes that second segment. Owen Gray starting to get up on a little streak, starting to feel himself, starting to go on routes because he knows his teams need the routes. Jakku, the man on the point, trying to get that A segment, but he gets taken down. Now that time is ticking. 20 seconds to go. There goes Jim Surrender on the point, but there is a contest. Styles trying to put shots down, but he allows the player runs for the play, but it allows the A segment to be secured. 17-10 are the lives, so Denver Surrender 10 lives to get to this B site. You got to watch for Daco, who's going to run through your spawns.
Seattle is so petty. As soon as that A point goes, a member just jumps out and shoots whoever was on that point. Denver is now in a little bit of a spawn trap. You have a player on B stopping the clock, but I don't think that's going to last for too long. You have that player in top art maybe causing a little bit of an issue. Monkey, though, ducking for cover, maybe on the receiving end of some gunfire themselves. Owen Gray doing a great job of turtling on the point, but you're going to have to deal with pretty much the fantastic four of Seattle here. The boys in blue getting onto the point, but 3 of them go down. Now you have to deal with one more player. Okay, you get that player. But once it comes over B, Styles doing a great job of maybe just getting some long shots, maybe clearing out that area, maybe preparing B for his teammates. But his teammates are getting caught up in the middle of the map. It's still kind of anyone's game here, but Denver has 1 player left. 6v1 is going to have to be Styles, and Styles is going to have to do something crazy.
I mean, 36 seconds left is enough time, man, to get 6 kills, but he couldn't be on the time. He couldn't be on the time. He had to be like away where he was. Okay, where he was on the side of the street, behind that hedges. He had to find like a couple back there and then move out the way. But I mean, great round right there out of both teams. But Seattle Sloths ended up coming out on top with the life advantage. Life advantage was key for them before they allowed one of these sites to go down. So they were just outslaying them. They started off with an early spawn trap, which made it tough for Seattle to get out their spawns. But for Denver to get their spawns. But once Denver made it out their spawns, they were able to secure that A site, try to make their way over to that B site. But it was just it was just too many lives versus not enough lives. Because I think it was 17-10 when they transferred over to B and it ended up with a 6 life advantage. So there we go. But here we go on to this round 3. Denver Surrender have to win this round. It's a must-win round for Denver Surrender. Good thing they're on the defensive side. Defense does favor you on A control, but the slaying has been favoring Seattle as Daco does start off with the first blood. Then he gets the second. I mean, I don't know who's getting these kills because this is going all over the place. But now Seattle Stars are starting to get this progression at A. 28-27 are the lives. Let's see how this round goes, Destin.
Can you imagine like playing the team of Seattle, like being on the receiving end of this? It's like, hey, did you see that guy on the other team going 11-4? It's like, who, Monkey? No, Jack. No, Daco Ito is now doing it too. Like, and like, I feel like everybody on the team of Seattle just has had their moment this game, and you don't always see that in a team. Like some teams just have a star standout player, but Seattle is truly, truly well-rounded in every sense of the word, which may be explaining their kind of like dominance here in this series. You have Denver trying to stop this A. They will successfully do so, but Seattle gets a lot of time there. Slightly up in the life count, nothing to write home about there yet. But that A zone, if it doesn't get cleared or backtracked or whatever, Seattle's going to get it pretty quickly. And then it's off to B. Denver, the series is on the line here. If they lose a round of control, they lose everything. So Denver, you see them, they're like ready to pivot at a moment's notice to B, not exactly putting a lot of attention at A, but it is the eternal struggle of figuring out how to handle both zones. Denver doing quite well in the kills so far, but it looks like that A point does go through. They're down to B now, a little bit down in the life count, but Denver not out of this yet.
I mean, minute 20 is a lot of time, man. They needed to stop them from getting that A side, but it was just, just not enough. So now they got 1:10 to try to defend off 15 of these Seattle Sloths players to make it to this B site. They just took down 1, so that's a great start. But here comes Daco trying to sneak out of the side door, see if he can find one. He cannot, but he does get on this time. There's one perfect test. He takes him down, but he gets traded as well. Jack is trying to make his way through the back, but he gets taken down by Jakku. So, I mean, Denver surrendered to getting the lives closer. The time is slowly ticking his way down to 45 seconds. This could be a big round by Denver surrender. Got Rogue playing the close door, but he finally gets taken down. It's 10-10 other lives, 30 seconds to go on the clock, Gun Puppet.
30 seconds to go on the clock. Seattle, though, in a pretty good position. You have top art and you have players on the point. Player top art goes down, though. Players around the point are left, but you're gonna have to deal with that Owen Gray from top art. I guess the call didn't come in there. You have 44 and Jack maybe scouting out the underground area. Denver looks like they're maybe in a good position to maybe like delay this a little bit. Stall for the clock, but you have Jack just going off in the underground area. Steps on the point. You still have that top art player, which is going to be an absolute godsend. But I don't know if he sees Jack going into his building from the first level. Jack going up the stairs gets him from behind, and the B zone is an absolute bloodbath. Denver is just trying to get enough players down where they can run out the clock and run out the clock. They almost do. Rogue gets on it just in time, but does not stay on it. Denver takes the round back. Now they're gonna have to be on offense, which is gonna be tough for them to do. But good job for the Denver squad. That's what you needed to see out of them.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Jack was getting ready to end the round right here with the best play that they're showing right here. Because he went absolutely crazy. He got this kill, and after this kill, he proceeded to make his way into art and then get the player out of art, which made things crazy. It was a 4v4 when he jumped out of art. I wish he probably would have stayed in art just a little bit longer or try to push to that side to get those players out of spawn, which probably would have been his better option. But you know, you live and you learn. His team is up 2-1. They're up 2-0 in the series. You can go, you can afford to make a couple little mental errors like that. But here we go. Denver surrenders. This is their do or die. The last round of do or die. So every round is do or die for Denver Surrender as they're making their way towards this A site, trying to clear the hallway, trying to make sure they have control of that hallway as they're starting to get this capture at the A site. 2 players are on this A site, so it's going up pretty fast. They just see the player jump up from the little jump up. Did he get one? He did get one, but the trade is there. Rogue is here now for the ultimate trades, clearing out that second segment. And the first wave of battles went, it went pretty tight for both teams.
Yeah, you said it best, Top Life. This is the definition of do or die. If you're on the side of Denver here, and they feel it now up in the live count. I feel like the first time across all 3 rounds. I might be wrong there, but I mean, a good sign for them. Denver holding the point or attacking the B zone pretty damn well, and they finally are able to get it. That's the harder one to get. You get 2 down on the side of Seattle. And now you got to deal with the respawns coming in a little conveniently for that catwalk side of A, might I add. But Denver, they at least got the B zone. They maybe can hover around this point, get some kills, at least get some trades, send Seattle back to spawn. But Seattle doing pretty good in the slaying power here, sending Denver back to their spawn. Good news if you're Denver, though. Live count has not gone away from you at all, and you have a lot of time on the clock. So slow down, take it easy, assess as a team, and see what you got to do. But Seattle, they're not going to let this one go away easily.
Nah, they got to work. The spawn trap is where you have to work it right now if you are Seattle Sloths. With the trades going back and forth, it could make things different. It could make things difficult. Styles now on the point, trying to get this second segment secured on this A site, but he does not get it. Daco, he's playing underneath, clearing off this second segment. As long as you keep clearing off that segment, I think that would be the difference between winning this round. You got Daco trying to get into the spawns, but Joe Nasty and Styles get a big 2. They need that because they got to find Jack, who's making his way, but his position has been known. He ducks down behind that little credit corner, which is a good corner to be behind. But now you got Denver Surrender. They're spread it out. They got a minute to go on the clock, so they got plenty of time, but they're down 1 life. They got to get to this A site. They got to stack the site. They got to get 3 kills, and they got to stack. That is the plan if you are Denver Surrender.
I like what they're doing. They're in the opposing spawn trying to get a trap going, but Seattle is spawning on the other side and just running right through that P2 side of the map. And now the kind of, the sides of the map have flipped. Seattle's in Denver side of the map, and Denver's in Seattle's. This is an interesting setup to say the least. But if you're Denver, you only have 30 seconds left. That time has disappeared. You're even in the live count. But Seattle is spread out quite a bit. Could be disastrous if they're looking at all the right places. You do get a kill on the Jack, but 2 is returned onto Denver. 15 seconds on the clock. You gotta at least get a player to stop the time here. You get that catwalk player, which is gonna give you some clearance to step onto the point, and now you have some Denver members on that catwalk area, maybe hovering around it. You've got 6.9 seconds left on the clock, but Seattle is flooding the building through that mid door area and coming around that P2 side of the map. 2 of them go down though. 2 of them left Can Denver fight these Seattle players? No, they cannot. They go 3 down. It's all up to number 8 and Joe Nasty to stay
Can
on
he get
the
it?
board. And oh my God, he almost gets it. It's a 1v1. He loses it, but almost secures the point for the round. But instead, he loses the series. What a tough position to be in. But God, what a way to end the series.
Yeah, hey, man. I thought he was going to do it with the little jump on the point. Like, forget it. Let me just try to get it. But, man, I think it was a 2v1. I think that's why he couldn't. That's why he lost. I don't think. It was a 2v1.